Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the ultra-luxurious side of electric vehicles for 2025. Electric vehicles have exploded in popularity, and now the luxury segment is absolutely on fire. We've scoured the globe, from British coach builders to Silicon Valley startups, to find the 15 most opulent, high-end EVs headed to market. We'll cover everything from super sedans to crossovers, three-row SUVs, and even insane EV hypercars. Along the way, expect mind-blowing specs. Think over 1,000 horsepower and hundreds of miles of range, along with interior-level luxury that rivals a private jet. Buckle up and enjoy the ride as we count down from number 15 to number 1.
RollsRoyce Spectre, 2025. Let's kick things off with a name synonymous with luxury, the Rolls-Royce Spectre. This is Rolls' first all-electric model, a full-size coupe that lives up to the brand's reputation for opulence. Under that iconic long hood are dual electric motors producing about 577 horsepower, blasting the Spectre to 60 miles per hour in roughly 3.7 seconds, astonishing for a car this large and quiet. In raw driving, it can cover an estimated 277 miles on a charge, thanks to its 102 kilowatt-hour battery and 800V charging system. The price is in another league, starting around $420,000 for this hand-built masterpiece. Inside, luxury is truly off the charts. This is Rolls-Royce after all. Every trim, stitch, and feature is handcrafted. Think sumptuous hand-stitched leather, open-pore wood veneers, and that famous Starlight headliner with over 4,000 fiber optic stars overhead. Even the doors have illuminated fascia elements. The latest driver assist tech, Rolls calls it. Rolls-Royce Intelligent Assistant. Lets you cruise with level 2 autonomy if you wish. In short, the Spectre feels like riding in a luxury yacht on wheels, but silent and electric. Lucid Air Dream Edition. Switching gears, let's talk about Lucid Air. Lucid Motors burst onto the scene with record-setting range and performance, and the Dream Edition takes it to another level. This American EV sedan has dual motors front and rear, delivering nearly 900 to 950 horsepower over 1,000 horsepower in some versions. That makes it supercar quick in a straight line, yet the ride is buttery smooth. More impressive is the range. Certain Lucid Air trims are EPA rated over 500 miles on a single charge. During charging breaks, Lucid's fast charge tech can add roughly 200 miles of range in just 15 minutes on a 300 kilowatts charger. Inside the Air, Lucid blends minimalism with high-tech luxury. The driver and passenger sit in a wide, airy cabin under a panoramic glass roof. A massive 34-inch curved glass dashboard houses 2 touchscreens and the 21-speaker Dolby Atmos audio system, providing concert hall sound. Lucid's DreamDrive Pro system with LiDAR sensors offers advanced hands-free driving on highways. Top materials and a sense of space make the Lucid Air feel very high-end, less gadget overload, more modern luxury. This Texas-made EV proves you can have breakneck performance, 500-mile range, and tech-lux comfort in one package. Mercedes-Benz EQS, luxury sedan. Now let's check out the Germans with a little electric elegance. The Mercedes-Benz EQS is the electric equivalent of the S-Class luxury sedan, a true tech-laden flagship. For 2025, Mercedes gave it a larger battery, about 118 kilowatt-hours usable. With that, certain EQS models, like the new 450 Plus RWD, can hit roughly 390 miles of range. There are multiple powertrain versions. The EQS 450 Plus RWD makes about 355 horsepower, while the mighty EQS 584 Matic AWD model boosts output to 536 horsepower. That ample torque makes acceleration smooth and effortless for a car of this size. Where the EQS shines is in luxury and tech. The dashboard features Mercedes' massive MBUX, Hyperscreen, 3 displays, 12.3 driver cluster, 17.7 center, 12.3 passenger, under one sweeping glass panel. Rear seat passengers can spec the executive package, which offers super comfy heated and ventilated rear seats with neck/shoulder heating and even fold-out tables, like an executive lounge. The interior materials are top-tier, soft Napa leather, open-pore wood trim, aluminum, and ambient lighting bathes the cabin in a warm glow. In short, the EQS feels like a cocoon of luxury and tech, fitting for a modern electric flagship. Prices start around $104,000 for the 450 Plus, rising to $147,000 plus for the EQS AMG. Mercedes-Maybach EQS 680 SUV. Sticking with Mercedes but going bigger, meet the Mercedes-Maybach EQS 680 SUV, an ultra-luxury electric SUV. Maybach is Mercedes' ultra-premium sub-brand, and this EQS SUV is as over-the-top as you might guess. It shares the EQS architecture but is tuned for even more opulence. Under the hood, it has a powerful dual-motor setup making about 649 horsepower and 700 lb-ft of torque, propelling this three-row SUV to 60 miles per hour in about 4.1 seconds. Of course, it's heavy and tall, so its EPA range is lower, roughly around 280 miles. But nobody is buying this for efficiency, they're buying it for extravagance. Inside is where the Maybach EQS SUV blows the doors off. Rear passengers get the full Executive Rear Seat Package Plus. Imagine two lounge-like seats with multi-way power adjustment, leg rests that extend, and calf massaging cushions. Between them is a console with fold-out tables, and even cup holders that can heat or chill your drink. The entire cabin is swathed in the finest materials, Napa leather, Rio wood, chrome accents, and an ambient lighting scheme that makes it feel like a high-end spa. Maybach even offers an optional Burmester 4D sound system with Dolby Atmos for cinematic audio. Every tiny detail is meant to impress. This is like riding in a living room on wheels, just bigger. The EQS 680 SUV starts around $180,000, putting it in rarefied territory, but for the chosen few, it's the ultimate mobile throne. BMW i7 Sedan. Let's swing back to BMW. The BMW i7 is BMW's electric flagship sedan, essentially an EV-powered 7 Series. It competes directly with the EQS and Model S. The i7 comes in three main trims. The base RWD i7 eDrive 50 makes about 326 horsepower, 449 horsepower net after accounting for electric power usage, and has roughly 300 to 320 miles of EPA range. The mid-level i7 xDrive 60 is AWD with 536 horsepower and a similar range of 298 mph. Topping the range is the i7 M70, an M-Performance model, packing around 650 horsepower. That version blasts to 60 miles per hour in about 3.5 seconds. Pricing spans roughly $105,000 for the 50 to about $168,500 for the M70. Inside, the i7 ups the luxury game. It features BMW's new curved display, a 12.3 digital gauge cluster seamlessly joined with a 14.9 central touchscreen. For rear passengers, BMW even offers an optional 31 rear entertainment display. The seats are pure pampering, multi-adjustable, heated/ventilated, with an available massage function. Materials can be upgraded to premium merino leather, with open-pore woods or carbon fiber trim. Sound quality is top tier too. A Bowers & Wilkins Diamond audio system with around 30 speakers is optionally available. Essentially, the i7 is BMW's statement of luxury, with German build quality and the latest tech like 5G connectivity and advanced drive assistant. BMW 9 SUV. Sticking with BMW, their luxury SUV offering is the BMW iX. Think of it as the all-electric equivalent of a big X7. The 9 also has multiple power levels. The base 9 xDrive 45, dual-motor AWD, makes about 402 horsepower and offers roughly 290 to 312 miles of EPA range. Stepping up, the 9 xDrive 60 pumps out 536 horsepower and an impressive 318 to 364 miles of range. BMW quotes this for the extended wheelbase. There's even an MSUV version, the 9 M70, which cranks up to 650 horsepower, hitting 60 in mid-3 seconds, though its range drops to around 283 to 303 miles. Pricing starts around $75,000 for the smaller battery xDrive 45 and $88,500 for the xDrive 60. The 9 interior is modern and futuristic. It has a panoramic glass roof and an opulent curved 14.9 central touchscreen paired with a 12.3 digital gauge cluster. The design is minimalist. Think clean lines and a floating center console. Materials are high-end, standard, vegan leather, upholstery Sensitech, can be upgraded to genuine merino leather and deep wood trim. For audio, there's an optional Bowers & Wilkins Diamond 30 speaker system for concert quality sound. Standard comfort tech includes 4-zone climate control and heated, ventilated power seats. The iX also packs the latest driver aids, BMW's active driving assistant with partial hands-free on highways. Overall, the iX offers a spacious, high-tech cabin and BMW's signature driving dynamics, a luxurious EV SUV for those who want both utility and prestige. Audi e-tron GT S and RS. On to Audi's flagship EV sedan, the e-tron GT. This car is Audi's electric Grand Tourer, a sporty 4-door coupe. For 2025, Audi's lineup includes two main models. The S e-tron GT is the entry RS level car, making about 637 horsepower, good for 0 to 60 miles per hour in roughly 3.3 seconds. Above that, the hardcore RS e-tron GT performance model cranks out a blistering 912 horsepower. That makes it Audi's most powerful production car ever. With launch control, the RS will hit 60 in about 2.4 seconds. Pricing reflects the punch, roughly $125,500 for the S model and around $168,295 for the RS performance. The e-tron GT uses a 105 kWh battery and charges up to 320 kilowatts, similar to the Porsche Taycan beneath it. Audi didn't skimp on luxury inside. The cockpit has Audi's virtual cockpit, 12.3 digital dash, plus a 10.1 central MMI touchscreen. The seats are firm, sport-oriented buckets with premium leather or all-contour trim. Ambient lighting and fine materials, more aluminum trim, optional carbon fiber, give it a high-end feel. One neat luxury touch. The e-tron GT can have an all-glass roof divided into 9 electrically dimmable panels. You can make parts of the roof go from transparent to frosted at the push of a button, a Tesla-esque feature, but ultra-sleek. The RS model adds even more performance tech, like rear-axle steering and carbon ceramic brakes, but in general, the e-tron GT is a masterpiece of form and function. It looks like a supercar, drives like a sports sedan, and Audi's interior quality and tech keep it firmly in luxury territory. Porsche Taycan Turbo GT. Now let's pivot to Porsche's all-electric sports sedan, the Taycan. Already a benchmark EV for handling, the 2025 Taycan received a big update, making it shockingly closer to perfection. Porsche enlarged the battery to 105 kWh, up from 93 kWh, and boosted charging speeds up to 320 kilowatts. That means a 10 to 80% charge in around 18 minutes under ideal conditions. Real-world range got a bump too. Under WLTP testing, Porsche claims up to 587 kilometers, 365 miles, for the Turbo SE Hybrid GT, with WISAC package. On the performance end, Porsche introduced the new Turbo GT model, which, with launch control, can approach 1019 horsepower, making it the fastest accelerating Porsche ever in a straight line. Even without that, the Turbo S now produces around 938 horsepower with its heat boost system. Base Taycan and Turbo models remain ferociously quick as well. Pricing was updated. Base Taycans start around $99,400, while the new Turbo GT hits up to $230,000 for a fully loaded coupe. Inside, the Taycan is sporty but still premium. There's a 10.9 touch center screen and a 12.3 curved gauge display, plus an optional front passenger screen in Turbo S. Porsche uses high-quality materials. Lots of leather, now largely chromium-free, brushed aluminum, and a neat 2-spoke steering wheel. Unique to the Taycan are the 2-speed gearbox on the rear axle, for better acceleration, and standard adaptive air suspension for comfort. Recent updates added more standard creature comforts, like a heated steering wheel and integrated wireless Apple CarPlay with climate control. In short, the Taycan remains a driver's car, low to the ground, razor-sharp steering, and Porsche's trademark build quality, but now with even more range and power to keep it at the front of the pack. Tesla Model S Plaid. Now let's address the veteran king of the EV hill, the Tesla Model S Plaid. The Model S has been on sale for years, but it's still one of the fastest and longest-range luxury EVs out there. The Plaid trim packs 3 electric motors that together churn out about 1,020 horsepower. In straight-line speed tests, it rockets to 60 miles per hour in roughly 2.1 to 2.3 seconds, quicker than most hypercars. At the same time, its EPA range is enormous, well over 400 miles in the best configuration. Tesla advertises up to 412 miles on Plaid in ideal conditions. It still dominates both the drag strip and the highway range game. Costs? A base Model S runs about $81,000, and even the Plaid is surprisingly only around $96,000, which is almost a bargain given what it does. Inside, Tesla went for a minimalist tech vibe. The centerpiece is a giant 17-portrait touchscreen that controls most functions. There's also a smaller driver display. Recent updates gave Plaid a revised interior look, tri-zone climate, heated/ventilated seats, etc. The sound system is surprisingly good. Tesla now uses a 22-speaker audio setup. Autopilot, an optional full self-driving, provides advanced driver assists, though level 3 autonomy isn't quite here yet. In everyday terms, the Plaid offers supercar performance with sedan practicality, 5 seats, all-glass roof, massive trunk and frunk, all at a price that's relatively reasonable compared to exotics. It may not feel as bespoke as Rolls or Bentley, but its breadth of capability and continual updates keep it on this list. Cadillac Celesteic. Shifting back to the US luxury market, Cadillac has something truly special with the Celesteic. Think of it as Cadillac's answer to a hand-built electric flagship sedan, basically a tech demo and halo car rolled into one. The Celesteic rides on GM's Ultium platform with a 111 kilowatt-hour battery. Cadillac estimates roughly 303 miles of range on that pack, which isn't record-shattering but is solid for such a massive luxury vehicle. Performance is hefty. GM hasn't released exact figures, but expect around 600 horsepower or more for the AWD version. The price is eye-popping, likely well above $300,000, and production is extremely limited. What sets Celesteic apart is the craftsmanship and tech. Cadillac says each one is essentially made to order. You can choose from dozens of exterior paints, including some bespoke Cadillac colors and unique, crystal-revealed alloys. The interior is packed with luxury features. There's a massive 55-curve touchscreen dashboard for navigation and entertainment, floating instrument panels, an AKM, interactive pixels, illumination under the seat contrast stitching. The seats themselves have a cool, pixel matrix, headrests where LEDs change color in sync with the cabin lighting. Cadillac also touts the use of premium materials everywhere: hand-wrapped aluminum, real wood and suede accents, and anodized trim. Standard equipment includes GM's Super Cruise hands-free driving system, a 19-speaker AKG audio system, and an adaptive air suspension for the smoothest ride. In summary, the Celesteic is a low-volume, hand-built showcase of Cadillac's highest ambitions. It's not just an EV, it's rolling out on wheels. Polestar 5. Back to Europe now. The Polestar 5 is an upcoming EV that will debut around 2025, likely 2026 model year. This sleek four-door fastback is Volvo's electrified Grand Tourer under the Polestar brand. Final specs are still under wraps, but Polestar has indicated it will be very potent. Early info suggests dual motors with roughly 800 to 900 horsepower. Some reports even say up to 884 horsepower, and at least 300 miles of range. That would put it in the same ballpark as the Tesla Model S and Lucid Air for performance, while offering Scandinavian design flair. Polestar's styling is clean and dramatic. Think aerodynamic fastback lines and crisp LED light signatures. The interior is expected to be minimalist yet upscale. Polestar specializes in vegan/leather-free cabins, so expect materials like recycled flax fiber, cork, and other sustainable composites like in their Polestar 1 and 2. The dashboard will likely be dominated by a Google Android infotainment system. Polestar 2 already uses Google Automotive OS with a center touchscreen and digital gauge panel. Advanced tech features 5G connectivity, over-the-air updates, and driver aids. Will be standard. Polestar hasn't announced the price yet, but analysts estimate it could start in the six-figure range, maybe around $120, $150K. In any case, the Polestar 5 should be an intriguing blend of performance, luxury, and Scandinavian sustainability, a possible dark horse among luxury EV sedans. Lotus Avija. Now let's talk hypercars, the Lotus Avija. This is Britain's all-electric hypercar, built in extremely limited numbers, only 130 will exist. It's not a practical daily driver, it's pure performance and exotic luxury. and its stats are mind-blowing. The Avija has 4 electric motors, one at each wheel, delivering about 2,011 horsepower in total. That makes it the most powerful production car Lotus has ever built. Its 0 to 60 miles per hour time is under 3 seconds, even quicker in practice, thanks to an infinitely variable torque curve. Top speed is electronically limited to around 200 plus mph. In short, it will outrun almost anything with an engine. Despite the wild performance, Lotus claims the Avija's cabin is still quite luxurious for a hypercar. The seats are trimmed in Alcantara and leather, surfaces are made of carbon fiber, to save weight, and things like an F1-inspired steering wheel add a high-tech touch. Every trim piece is custom molded for weight reduction. Technology is basic by 2025 standards. Think a simple digital instrument display and a head-up display. But Lotus did add a surprising amount of comfort, climate control, power windows, even airbags. The price was around £2 million, about $2.5 million, at launch, so you'd better love speed. Essentially, the Avija is a halo product. It shows the extremes of EV performance and craftsmanship. Driving an Avija would be more like piloting a fighter jet than a car, with the silence and instant torque of electricity. Rimac Never. We have one more hypercar to mention, the Rimac Never. This electric supercar from Croatia redefined what an EV hypercar can do. The original Nevera made 1,914 horsepower from its 4 liquid-cooled electric motors, shattering EV performance records. It hit 60 miles per hour in about 1.85 seconds, on its way to a top speed over 250 miles per hour. It packs a 120 kilowatt-hour battery and charges up to 500 kilowatts. Crazy numbers for the technology. The range is about 250 miles WLTP. Recently, Rimac unveiled the even more extreme Never R variant, early 2025 model, that boosts output to 2,107 horsepower and drops the sub-1.7s 0 to 60 target. Production is tiny, only 150 units total, including the R. Inside, Rimac aimed for both luxury and race-like functionality. The cockpit has leather and Alcantara surfaces, plus a big central touchscreen and full digital gauge cluster. There are hand-stitched leather seats, and aluminum of 1918 trim, paying homage to Art Deco cars. Carbon fiber is everywhere in the inside structure. It even has 4-wheel steering and active aero for handling. Price is astronomical, on the order of $2.5 million or more. The R costs about $2.5 million, which is $331K above the standard Nevera. But for that money, you get the fastest accelerating production car on the planet, built in a former tractor factory. The Nevera demonstrates that EVs can reach the extremes of performance, and be as exotic as a Bugatti or Koenigsegg. Rimac is now part of the Bugatti Rimac Group. Rivian R1S. We've covered sedans and hypercars, now let's mention one more luxury EV SUV, the Rivian R1S. Rivian is an American startup known for adventure-ready EV trucks and SUVs. The R1S is its 3-row electric SUV. It's more of an outdoors luxury vehicle rather than ultra-traditional high-end. It comes in several powertrain choices. The base dual-motor AWD model makes about 533 horsepower, the performance dual-motor around 665 horsepower, and the top-tier quad-motor version churns out 835 horsepower, with a whopping 908 lb-ft torque. With the largest battery pack, 180 kilowatt-hours, Rivian claims up to 400 miles of range, EPA, excellent for a heavy SUV. The R1S interior is surprisingly upscale for an adventure rig. It has a huge 15.6 center touchscreen running Rivian's infotainment, plus a digital gauge cluster for the driver. The seats are roomy and trimmed in comfortable vegan suede/leather, with wood and metal trim accents. It comes standard with a 7-seat configuration, a glass roof up front, and even a front trunk for extra storage. All-wheel drive and adjustable air suspension, 13 to 14 inches of travel, mean it can go off-road if needed. Tech-wise, it has Rivian's Driver Plus, onboard driver assist, similar to Tesla's Autopilot Level 2. The R1S also debuted nifty adventure features like built-in carry handles and optional camp kitchen gear. In terms of price, the R1S starts in the mid-$90,000s for a dual-motor model, and rises to over $100,000 for the quad-motor with Max Pack. It's not as plush as a Range Rover, but it's a luxurious and capable EV that is carving out its niche. Cadillac Escalade IQ. Finally, we should mention Cadillac's Escalade IQ, and the long ESV, the electric Escalade. Though similar in spirit to the R1S, it's more of a tech luxury version of the classic Escalade. GM claims the Escalade IQ can do about 460 miles of range, a GM estimate under ideal test conditions. In practice, you'll likely see closer to 400 plus, which is still huge for a nearly 5-ton SUV. It uses a 24-module Ultium battery and a tri-motor AWD system, putting out roughly 800 horsepower, so 0 to 60 comes in under 5 seconds, quite fast for a giant luxury SUV. It also supports 350 kilowatts DC charging, and the fastest charging speed is excellent. The Escalade IQ's cabin is loaded with luxury tech. The headline is the 55-inch curved pillar-to-pillar OLED display, essentially the largest screen in any car today. This one panel contains the digital instrument cluster and the central infotainment, with Google Automotive OS. You can even launch games and stream apps on it. Rear passengers get a full-size premium experience too. Available are rear touchscreens, massaging captain seats, and a high-end 36-speaker AKG audio setup. Other features include Super Cruise hands-free driving, air ride suspension, 4-wheel steering, and magnetic active roll control. The Escalade IQ comes in luxury and sport trims, starting around $130,000 for a well-equipped model. Essentially, GM took the Escalade persona and plugged it in, preserving all the chrome and muscle-bound style while adding the latest EV tech.